This is why baseball takes the least amount of skill. 3, 2, 0. So, when you've been playing a sport, when you've been doing the hardest activity that you can think of, have you ever been inclined to eat a snack or chew sunflower seeds or just stand there and talk to your teammates? Well, in baseball, this is a reality. Even the most professional players, they do chewing tobacco, they eat sunflower seeds, and they just stand there and goof off, basically. And I think this is because baseball takes the least amount of skill and than any other professional sport. And this is because, more than the reasons that you can see on TV, it's because every player needs to have less skills than in any other sport. In baseball, not every player needs to have all the skills that are needed to play baseball. For example, in soccer, if you're good at attacking and just good at attacking, you'll never get anywhere. You have to be good at every part. You have to be good at attacking, you have to be good at defending, you have to be good at passing. But in baseball, if you're an outfielder and you're not good at pitching, that's not going to mean anything. You just have to be good at running and catching the ball. But if you're a pitcher, you're not expected to be able to run the bases in like 30 seconds. You're not expected to be as fast. And for this reason, I think the total amount of skill needed to play baseball is much less than other sports. And when comparing it to other sports similar to baseball, like even cricket, for example, in cricket, every player plays every position. So the batters end up catching the ball later in the game, and the bowlers end up batting later in the game as well. However, in baseball, there's designated hitters. The pitchers usually are the last ones in the batting order. And honestly, for most of the game, the ball is only in the hands of the pitcher and the catcher. And besides that, the rest of the team is just standing around. This is why there's time for things like chewing gum and eating and all of that during baseball games, which is not true for any other sport. And in conclusion, baseball is the least skilled sport. And you might say, well, it's actually very hard to hit a ball 400, 500 yards. And yes, that's true. Baseball takes skill. But compared to other professional sports, it takes the least amount of skill, in my opinion, because you don't need to be a complete baseball player to make it to the pros. You can be extremely good at one thing and still make it. While in most other sports, you have to be a complete player, or you have to be a completely well-rounded player to make the sport. And the last example for this is the body type of baseball players. There's a lot of hitters who don't have the body to run around the bases, so they bank on hitting home runs and singles and all of that. So, such as David Ortiz, for example. This is why I believe baseball has the least amount of skill required for a professional sport. Thank you.